Hello, beautiful Capricorns. Welcome back to my Tarot Nook. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope everything is going wonderful for you and you're doing well. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Kindly like the video and subscribe. I am somewhat new on YouTube and I do variety style readings. All my readings are very general, very direct. It is what it is, and everyone is welcome nonetheless. So feel free to know that my readings are set with positive intentions, as I always will, but whatever messages are out for you to hear, that's why I'm here. Is to deliver those to you. So if they don't resonate, that's okay. You can always check your other placements because it's general reading. Sometimes, you know, it's just so broad. Sometimes it's very specific. I will have one person comment about how specific it is. So it is what it is, you know, Capricorn. And that's where things are. Okay, of course, thank you to everyone that's been supporting the channel by liking and commenting, sharing and subscribing. It does help a lot. Hitting the notification bell, I think a lot of my subscribers actually have that on, like I think 30%, so that's kind of cool. I appreciate those numbers there. All right, so for this reading, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Venus and rising signs, we will check in to see what energy either you're thinking about or is thinking about you, and what the energy's next moves are towards you. Okay, so let's see here who is on Capricorn's mind or who is thinking about Capricorn at this time. All right. We have the Emperor showing up with the Knight of Pentacles. And we have an Ace of Cups in the reverse here. The Queen of Swords. Excuse me. Literally, I was doing pre-shuffles and stuff, and this card kept coming up every single time. Actually, so much so I actually paused and I started thinking of the things that would come out for it, and now it's here, and it's in a challenge position, mind you, nonetheless. We also have the Four of Cups, the Nine of Cups, okay, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight and Knight. Ooh, the Hangman as well. Okay, and the upright. I mean, I drink so much water before I start. Just give me a second. Oh, I feel better. I feel better. See how much water? I literally drank all that before I started. Okay, here we go, Capricorn. With the Hangman here, you know, this is a situation I feel for a lot of you where there's some confusion taking place. Something is just, there's a certain uncertainty, to be honest with you. Literally leaving something hanging, and there's an unknown. There's just here, I feel like with the wheels spinning, it just feel like time is at play here, whether it's delay or moving forward. It just has all to do with time, or perhaps a distance that's taking place between you and this energy. And to be quite honest, for a lot of you, there's a lot of life situations going on for each of you individually. Some of you are really tied down, you or this energy, in other aspects of your lives, not just like relationships. So this is an energy here that sometimes is very dodgy or unable to make decisions. So or is unwilling to make decisions because they feel like they may have to commit to something that they're not ready to commit, you know. This also, in the general sense of overall energy here, there's a desire for a reconciliation, but there's also a lack of direction, and a lot of uncertainty keeps coming up, okay, with this person. Let's see here what's on their mind in terms of where things are with you and them. This is an Aries energy. I feel like this is somebody that still wants to feel like they're just the authority on things, or not power, like controlling. Well, somewhat control, but not like in a abusive way. They like to kind of flex that they are independent, or like prime, or top notch, or something. Like they could be a father figure, not to you obviously, but to somebody in their life, or they could be a dad, or an energy of that sort where they're like a parent to somebody. And so I feel like a lot of times they come through some type of like a certain way of thinking that's like very like restricted, or unwilling to kind of compromise to a certain degree. Like they're just kind of more in the place where like they, in their mind, literally, that's how things should be. So it feels like there's some type of a personality struggle for some of you with this person. But overall, in the sense of like what's on their mind, ultimately here, this is somebody that wants to return to you, Capricorn. They want to return to a relationship. They want to return to something you and them had at some point. And I feel like they have like the scroll and the robe and the experience and the charts behind them. So they're like coming back, ready to speak your love language. Okay, that's what's on their mind. They want to approach you by speaking your love language somehow. Okay. It does not seem like you, the two of you right now, are on the same like page or seeing things eye to eye. This could be like a distant situation. This could be something that's, this energy is somebody like from like a way distant past. So like not in the past month or so, but like over 6 months or something like that. And with the Knight of Pentacles, you know, this is kind of like what they want right now, and where you're concerned. Again, it does feel like they want to advance. They're very guarded, but they want to come off through and offer some form of stable something. I don't know if it's a stable relationship, stability in their presence being with you, a stable friendship, something where, you know, they can kind of bring you something and again try to speak your language towards you. All right. So again, this is a Taurus card, sure, but this also has Aries elements to it. So they're kind of in the place where being bold is very, very empowering for them. Okay. It's kind of like they're not really messing around when it comes to that. That's what's on their mind. I do feel like, you know, this is, again, somebody that wants something to be successful, all right? But there could be some type of a delay or some type of, the direction is just not there. The uncertainty of which direction to take just yet, maybe to approach you, has not been formulated. You know what I mean? Like they could still be like in that place where they're thinking about that. I do feel like they do want to kind of really approach in a very peaceful way. It's not coming across as, you know, negative at all. But however, I really do feel like this is somebody that's being very, very cautious how they approach things. And I feel like that's mainly because of this freaking like Ace of Cups, you know, in terms of how they're feeling, in terms of where they had put you in the past. You know, there could have been some type of a breakup, heartbreak, and to some degree, some type of blocked emotions at some point. So how they approach you, how they return back into your life is going to be very important to be done right. Not well, for some it could be manipulation. I don't know why that keeps kind of coming through my thoughts, because it's definitely not up here just yet. But what I'm trying to say here, you'll know this energy and how they play. So you're going to be very guarded, and because of that, they need to be like approach you in a different way that you have not seen them in before. And it's wild in that sense, because it does deal with the fact that they may have kind of either walked away or caused some type of heartbreak or wanted to go play somewhere else. Something along those lines, all right? Due to like, it's in the reverse again. It's the Ace of Cups, it's in the reverse. And it's like things were very secretive, like, you know, things had to get revealed to you. Some of you, you know, honestly, intuitively, you could have like picked up on something, like you could have, something may have smelled fishy. You picked up on that and you went with it, and you trusted your gut, and you were like enlightened or shown, or kind of things, you just kind of uncovered things literally without even needing a spy. It's just kind of like an enlightenment, you know, it's kind of like something in your mind illuminated about this energy. So again, they're wanting to come through as more mature towards you. They want to come through with a bold approach that's kind of not going to be rejected. And so that's kind of how things are up there. So now what's really challenging them? Okay, the Queen of Swords is in the way for them right now. Okay, this is a Virgo Libra energy. I feel like the demand here for fairness, truth, and honesty is very, very important to you in this energy. And so for them, that's a huge challenge. Not because they don't want to be truthful, but I think because you know that they've lied. So it's like you're standing your guard in that sense. And I feel for them as a challenge, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, they have to, I almost feel like they want to talk to you about them transforming themselves or having transformed over the however distance time has been, and so to at least give something a chance or a shot. But I feel like for a lot of you, you know, while, and again, the biggest challenge is this Queen of Swords. It would be because you're protected, okay? You're enlightened, you're guarded, you're aware, you see it. So it's going to be hard not to sniff through the bullshit. Yes, you know that it's not going to be hard to sniff the bullshit, because so again, it feels like, you know, that's the biggest challenge for them. Okay, now this is somebody here that also could have another energy around them, or there could be an energy in their life that has caused a problem for you and this person. So that's been a challenge, and I feel like the truth and clarity may be required of them to talk about that situation, even if things don't evolve or materialize with this person, but they kind of, I feel like, know that conversation is going to need to be had. Now, because there's some Libra and Virgo elements here, there's an overthinking aspect here, but also a huge lack of fairness. So in that sense, I wouldn't doubt if this energy can kind of manipulate the conversation so that they come across as like more on the heroic side. That could be just them or their personality. It doesn't have to be for every single person, but for some of you, it's kind of like what's coming through. The Four of Cups here in the upright position, I feel like, you know, again, this is somebody, it's not that they're unable to kind of advance or do something, but this is somebody that's very withdrawn. So there's Cancer energy here, but also some moon elements. So I feel like this is somebody that wants to ensure something is done right or safe or secure, so that they are not perhaps, you know, not exposed, but they're not necessarily called out on their flaws. Like, this is somebody that is very withdrawn and deep in thought. Okay, now in the past, again, something may not have materialized, so they're not trying to bring a love offer forward. I wouldn't read it as that. Rather, for me, I would feel like this is a past person energy that wants to kind of come through, and I feel like, you know, they have a possessive tendency here. Okay, so they want more of something, and so they will always go for that more versus kind of be okay with what they have. Hence, sometimes they could also be very, very distracted. So what's in front of them and what's good for them is kind of like overlooked for some of you with this energy. So I feel like, again, you know, they're going to be guarded in that sense with what they want and how they approach things. But I feel like it's still going to be centered around like what they really want and how it would make them emotionally fulfilled at this time. In terms of their like next moves here, the Nine of Cups, Pisces energy showing up. You know, this is somebody, again, sometimes it's really tough to kind of see things through, but this is somebody that wants to grow something and expand and strengthen a connection or do something here in that sense, but they're really taking the time to think things through. And I feel like it kind of mirrors with the Four of Cups in terms of their behavior. It's because they want to kind of do something where the reconciliation can be satisfying. And again, remember, we talked about the stability here and making themselves, you know, feel emotionally kind of like satisfied. It kind of comes up here as well. I feel like whatever it is that they're intending on doing towards you needs to be emotionally kind of balanced and stable, not just fulfilling. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is somebody that could sometimes be a little kind of sneaky. So what they say they want and what they actually do could be different, because it does feel like sometimes they separate, like it's like they're mood based. So, and it's a water sign to some degree, but ultimately it lines up, I feel like, with they want to rediscover something with you, but they're not wanting to kind of revisit something with you, if that makes any sense at all. I feel like that's how they're going to be approaching if they do reach out. The Knight of Cups in the reverse here, you know, two knights, one almost looking at each other. Okay, so there's, again, somebody here is very detached emotionally, and somebody here may not really want a full emotional connection, but somebody does want to communicate or reach out, at least to talk about something. This is somebody that does have perfectionist tendencies, but also we have Scorpio and Libra energy. So this is somebody here, it's more working with like their intuition to some degree and looking for things to be balanced, but they know it's not going to be. I feel like, again, because with the Ace of Cups, things were not done right. Okay, so they did something wrong, or they kind of blocked emotions at some point. They were not mindful to your feelings, or they may have rejected or even cheated. So it just, with the Knight of Cups, it's going to be tough for them to come through and kind of talk to you about it in a way where they're trying to come back into your life and offer love. And realistically, even if that was the goal, it's not how it's going to come through. Now, this is somebody that's also very reactive. So I think because of that, they also can cause you to react to things or overreact. So in terms of advice, you know, I feel like, you know, you might need to be kind of watching your emotional, like guard your emotional frequencies or balance your, you know, emotional alignment, because if you do kind of communicate to any degree with this energy, they may ruffle your feathers up a little bit. They may kind of really shake things up. And I feel like, you know, this person does have mood swings. So for whatever it's worth, sometimes it's best to kind of avoid the conflict. So if you feel like this, if any kind of conversation was to evolve or take place with this person, if you're picking up on the signs, I feel like the advice here is to kind of know how to leave the conversation in a way where it doesn't kind of escalate, you know, just because you don't want to put them in a certain mood. And it's just what it is. It's just what I'm getting. All right, so let's see what else we have for you, Capricorn. Let's pull an Untold Truth card and a Hidden Truth. Let's see what final messages show up for you and this person. All right. So you came closer than anyone. Okay, this could be something that they may have told you in the past, or literally you've just come closer than anyone else in their life. So yeah, there's a reason. And upheaval, you know, we have shock, the unexpected, and trouble. So I mean, I feel like there's somebody here that does bring about chaos, or to some degree there's an upheaval in their life, like something, you know, is just kind of, you know, it is where it is at this point. But this is somebody that has you on their mind, and I feel like you're the one that they've connected with the most, or at least for now your connection is coming back to their mind. I'm not going to try to say expect communication, but if they don't, it's not because they don't want to. It's just perhaps the timing again of things is where it might be. All right, Capricorn, well, let me know what your thoughts are and how, of course, you're doing in the comments. I always enjoy reading them. And if you've stayed here this long, please don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Like the video so YouTube says, hey, people are liking her stuff. At any point in time, thank you so much for your time. Honestly, that's literally what I need for you to support my channel. Everything else is cruise control. I love it so much. All right, so we have confidence for you here, Capricorn. This is your word to close out this reading. If you want to claim the reading, you can type the word confidence in the chat, or you can type it and let me know you stayed with me till the end, however you want. All right, Capricorn, your message is no one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. I think this is a beautiful message, Capricorn. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.